Hello and welcome to a brand new edition of Switch. I'm Ankit Vengurlekar. This is Naomi Datta, and this week on Switch, we've got you a smartphone and tablet extravaganza. All the latest launches are going to be reviewed only on this show.
Yeah, since everything about mobile telephony now is about giving consumers bang for their buck, we're going to do that on Switch as well. We're going to give you a mind-blowing array of the latest launches, most of them Android, okay? We're going to give you mobile phones, we're going to give you tablets, and we're going to do all these reviews at breakneck speed.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we begin the show with a company that I'm rather fond of. I wouldn't call myself a Nokia loyalist, I would call myself a Nokia sentimentalist. Because I'm really sentimental about Nokia because everyone's first phone was a Nokia.
Absolutely.
And now they are sort of changing the rules of the game, and this phone, which is a Nokia Asha 501, is going to do a lot for the company, so they're hoping, in the 5,000 rupee price category. But before we get into a detailed review of this, let's quickly get into tech specs.
And Nokia's Asha phones go pop with the new 501. With a cute 3-inch display of 240 x 320 resolution, the Asha series looks uncannily like the richer cousin, the Lumia series. The 501 comes in 6 bright pop Andy Warhol colors: bright red, bright green, cyan, yellow, white and black. The Asha 501 is as light as 98 grams and has soft curved edges that give it a premium look. This phone debuts the Nokia Asha OS version 1.0, which opens a wide canvas of apps. The 501 has just about 64 MB of RAM. The onboard internal memory of 128 MB can be expanded up to 32 GB with a micro SD card. The Nokia 501 hasn't adopted the brilliance of the Lumia camera in any way. It has a half-decent 3.1 megapixel rear camera and has no front-facing camera. So if you're thinking selfies or video calls, forget it. For connectivity, it has USB 2.0, Bluetooth 3.0, Wi-Fi and Edge. However, there is no 3G. But since the Nokia 501 is an entry-level smartphone, we should be considerate. The Nokia Asha 501 can be yours at Rs 4,999 on Flipkart.
At 5,000 rupees, this is great bang for your buck, okay? The design is great.
Gorgeous.
Okay, it's great. They've removed most of the hardware elements. In fact, they've removed all the hardware elements. What you have is this little, back button, which you don't really need to use too much because they've moved to Asha 1.0, which is this interface, which is more swipe-based, so you can double-click on the phone and unlock it, and you can use the swipe gesture for other things. In all respects, okay, your battery life, camera is average, but listen,
Average.
for 5,000 rupees, what do you want?
You can't expect the worst.
So I think it gives you great bang for your buck. I'm saying it again and again. And you have your interchangeable back covers, which for me is a really girly thing to do. So I would say, Ankit, is it kick or pick?
100% Nokia Asha 501 for 5,000 rupees gets a definite pick. All right, so we've now got 5 Android smartphones that we're going to review. All of them run a quad-core processor. All of them have a screen size not smaller than 5 inches. Supersize me. Let's start with the most reasonable of the lot, Intex Aqua i5 for 11,000 bucks. Let's check out the tech specs.
Intex keeps up with the trend of quad-core processor smartphones with 5-inch displays and launches the Aqua i5. Like its brand ambassador Farhan Akhtar, this phone seems to be fitness conscious with its slim and trim body. Like we mentioned earlier, the i5 has a 5-inch display with a 960 by 540 pixel resolution and comes with a 1.2 GHz quad-core processor. It runs Android's Jelly Bean OS and has 1 GB of RAM. The Aqua i5 has an onboard memory of 4 GB which can be expanded up to 32 GB with a micro SD card. It has a 12 megapixel rear camera with autofocus and LED flash. The Intex Aqua i5 has a 3.2 megapixel front-facing camera as well. For connectivity, it has Wi-Fi, 3G, Bluetooth 3.0, GPS and GPRS.
This is an 11,000 rupee phone, 5 inches, quad-core processor, 12 megapixel camera. It does everything that it promises and really, completely reshapes the landscape, because what they're doing at 11,000 rupees, competition like Micromax and Lava and Carbon are achieving that at a much more expensive price tag.
So what would you say, kick or pick?
Definitely pick. All right, moving on. And our next phablet or 5-inch phone that we're reviewing is from the house of Lava. It's called the Xolo Q1000. Let's check out the tech specs.
Everybody is racing to make budget quad-core smartphones. Then how can Lava, a company that is launching smartphones ferociously, stay behind? Lava gives you the Q1000, a 1.2 GHz quad-core smartphone for Rs 13,990. Now, the Q1000 comes with a 5-inch LCD display with 720 by 1280 pixel resolution. It runs Android's Jelly Bean OS and has a RAM of 1 GB. Like most of the budget smartphones, the Lava Q1000 has 4 GB of internal storage that can stretch up to 32 GB with a micro SD card. It has an 8-megapixel autofocus primary camera with LED flash and a 1.2 megapixel secondary camera. You can record video at 1080 at 30 FPS. The Q1000 has all the necessary connectivity options like Edge, 3G, Bluetooth 4.0 and USB 2.0. And to take advantage of all of this, the Lava Q1000 gives you a 2100 mAh battery.
The Zolo Q1000, you know, Zolo always reminds me of some warrior princess or of some, super
Or maybe
villain.
some SUV.
Or some super villain.
Xylo.
Or some super villain from a comic book franchise. But you know what it's doing with the market is great. I mean, Zolo has launched this smartphone. For the first time, it has a quad-core processor. It runs on Android 4.2 Jelly Bean. So it has everything that you get from an Android phone of that generation. And the great thing about this phone is the display screen.
Oh, yeah.
It is brilliant. So it's 5-inch. And it's HD, it's great picture quality.
Yeah.
So I mean, just for that, I would get the phone. It has a decent camera, not too bad for low light photography as well. I know you're the photography enthusiast, so always bring up cameras. So the camera is not too bad. Battery life is not too bad. The screen really is the selling point for me.
Is the star.
You know?
And you know the build quality, when you hold the Zolo Q1000, it feels like a 20,000 rupee phone. And that's exactly what Zolo has been doing from day one, giving brilliant build quality, premium design at a much reasonable price. Fantastic effort, Lava. Definitely gets a pick from us for 13,500 rupees. This is one phone which is going to give sleepless nights
to Micromax.
Micromax's pin-up boy, the Canvas 4, which we are now shortly going to review after this quick break on this massive gadget extravaganza that we've got you this week on Switch.
Welcome back, you're watching Switch. I'm Naomi and that's Ankit. And if you're sounding a little bit rushed because there's so much to do on the show, we're going at breakneck speed. We're getting you these array of gadgets.
9.
Yeah, and it's going to be make or break for them.
We're continuing the trend of 5-inch Android smartphones running on quad-core processors. We've checked out 2 before the break, and now it's time for Lava Iris 504Q. Let's check out the tech specs quickly.
Lava is the new Micromax and it's killing it with its eye-widening designs at jaw-dropping prices. This one is a dual SIM phone from Lava, Iris 504Q. Now besides its sleek design, the Lava Iris has all the regular specs of the trendy 5-inchers. 720 by 1280 pixel resolution, Android Jelly Bean and a 1.2 GHz quad-core processor. The Lava Iris 504Q has 1 GB of RAM, 8-megapixel rear camera with flash and a 2-megapixel front-facing camera. Internal storage of 4 GB can be expanded via micro SD card. This phone offers you the usual connectivity options of Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 3.0 and 3G. With a 2000 mAh battery, the Lava Iris 504Q will cost you 13,500 only.
Remember this, if you pick up any Lava phone, and this is a very big statement I'm making, any Lava Iris phone which is launched in the last couple of months, any Lava Zolo phone, you cannot go wrong with it. These guys are doing incredible work. Iris 504Q is a remarkable example. The screen really screams out. Yeah. It's a beautiful screen. Build quality is, like I've been saying, Lava has really cracked that code. And the price, 13,500 rupees. You don't need to spend 5,000 or 6,000 rupees more for a Micromax.
But how does it compare to your Carbon and Spice, really?
Much better screen.
Okay.
Much better
the screen quality is the deal maker.
With a 5-inch device, the only thing you really need is a fabulous screen, and that's what it does. Lava Iris 504Q for 13,500 rupees. pick.
So no prizes for guessing there. It's a definite pick for us. We're now going to move on to Micromax Canvas 4. Quickly, let's get into the tech specs, then we'll get out and do the review.
And Micromax did it again. This time they pulled a Samsung Galaxy S4 at 17,400 rupees only. It's called Micromax Canvas 4. We know where that number came from. We don't know how they managed to pull off these stunts, but let's take a look at its tech specs. With a 5-inch 720 by 1280 HD display, a 1.2 GHz quad-core processor powers the Canvas 4. Micromax Canvas 4 runs Android's Jelly Bean with 1 GB of RAM. For storage, it has 16 GB of internal memory that can be expanded up to 32 GB with a micro SD card. The 4th generation of Canvas smartphones, Canvas 4 has a 13 megapixel rear camera and a robust 5 megapixel front-facing camera. You can record video at 1920 by 1080 pixels at 30 frames per second. For connectivity, it has USB 3.0, GPRS, Edge, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth 4.0.
So Micromax Canvas 4, this is a good phone. It's great on design. It's great on those little gimmicky gestures that they have.
Blow to
Where you can, all of that. I mean, we've talked about that in detail on previous episodes. But the pricing,
I think it's expensive. For 18K, it is sub 20, and for the kind of features, software and hardware that it packs in, it does sound like a steal. But remember, this is a brand that made people expect the world at a very, very reasonable price tag.
Micromax is a brand name in its own right.
Which is clear.
It has a brand equity of its own.
Absolutely.
So maybe if they want that kind of price and they're giving you those kind of features,
Fair enough.
maybe 18,000 is not too bad. Is it a kick or a pick? It's a pick for me.
It's a definite pick, yes. It's
We've
a
been
good
really nice on this show. We've picked everything so far. How are we going to make people change their minds about anything?
All of that's going to come very, very soon. Let's take a look at Samsung Quattro.
One heck of a name this one has, Samsung Galaxy Grand Quattro Duos. The Quattro is the dual SIM mid-range smartphone powered by a surprising 1.2 GHz quad-core processor. Point to remember here is that both the SIMs are micro SIMs. The Samsung Quattro sports a 4.7-inch display with a 480 by 800 resolution and runs Android Jelly Bean. It comes with 1 GB of RAM and 8 GB of internal memory, which is expandable up to 32 GB via a micro SD card. For basic photography, Quattro Duos has a 5MP rear camera with LED flash. It has a real basic 0.3MP VGA front-facing camera. For connectivity, it has Wi-Fi, 3G, Bluetooth 3.0, GPS and GPRS. The Galaxy Grand Quattro is priced at Rs 16,900.
Samsung Galaxy Quattro.
I have a good feeling about this. I think we're going to get a little nasty here. I have a sneaky feeling.
What the hell was Samsung thinking?
Samsung.
Seriously, what were you thinking? That screen resolution was brilliant in 2010. It's 2013.
So 2010.
No, seriously, I mean, especially if you're going to use the moniker Galaxy for a phone, there needs to be, like, at least some level of quality. The phone keeps hanging. Battery life is terrible. And in the whole army of 5-inch quad-core processor phones, the Lavas and the Micromaxes and the Carbons and, the Spices, what the hell is this phone? It's a very bad phone.
So no prizes for guessing what's going to happen to this particular
It's going to
gadget.
get a big fat kick, dude. It's a really bad phone.
So this particular gadget gets a big kick from Ankit, a rather dainty one from me, because I don't want to get into that. I'm not into violence. But do remember, no gadgets are actually harmed in the course of making of this show.
Just in case you're wondering.
Yeah, these kicks are purely metaphorical.
Of course.
Purely, because we're very poetic on this show.
We get
use
great
metaphors.
kicks out of it, by the way. But
We get great kicks out of doing this show. It's time for a break. After the break, Ankit.
3 brand new tablets, 7-inch, 10-inch, and some brands that you've never heard of. After the break. Welcome back, you're watching Switch with Naomi and me, and we are loving this show because we are reviewing 9 brand new gadgets, smartphones and tablets only for you, all in one show. Most of them, barring Asha 501, run on Android. And that clearly goes to show the dominance
Of
that
Android.
Android has
Completely.
on all your smartphones and all your mobile devices. All right, we've checked out smartphones so far, and it's now time to delve into tablet territory. The first one we've got for you is a fantastic sounding tablet, Xtron. I want to buy a tablet that is called Xtron. So let's check out the Lava Xtron. It's a nice, comfortable 7-inch one.
If you're on a tight budget but can't do without a tablet, then you must consider Lava's Xtron E-Tab. Sleek and lightweight, this budget tablet has a 7-inch LCD capacitive touchscreen with a resolution of 1024 x 600 pixels. Powered by a 1.5 GHz dual-core processor, the Xtron E-Tab is backed by 1 GB RAM. It comes with 8 GB of internal storage, which is expandable up to 32 GB. Although there is no rear camera, a 2MP camera adorns the front of the tablet, enabling Skype chat. Connectivity options like Wi-Fi and USB are available, but the Xtron E-Tab does not support Bluetooth. With a battery of 3500 mAh, this tablet runs Android's Jelly Bean. The Lava Xtron E-Tab is priced at Rs 6,499 on Flipkart.
For 6,500
Yeah.
rupees,
That is a beautiful
device
piece.
that is this good looking,
Yeah.
and it's a tiny thing, but I think Lava has also really cracked their packaging. It looks beautiful, classy, elegant. It does not look like a cheap Chinese brand or anything like that. Okay, now that we're done with the box, the tablet in itself, gorgeous screen. Remember, I've been telling you that Lava has really cracked their screen code, and it makes its way into a 7-inch display as well. Beautiful screen, very good response, gorgeous unibody-like metallic design. It does not look and feel like a 6,500 rupee tablet. If you want something portable to read, to play basic games, to check your mail on the go, Xtron Tab 7, pick it up.
So this is a definite pick for us, and we're going to move on to our next tablet, which is the Zinc Quad 10.1. Let's quickly get into the tech specs first.
The Zinc Quad 10.1 has a 10.1-inch Full HD LCD touchscreen and supports 10-point multi-touch. It is powered by a powerful 1.5 GHz quad-core processor and backed by 2 GB RAM. The Zinc 10.1 comes with 16 GB of internal memory, which can be expanded up to 32 GB via a micro SD card. There are 2 cameras on the tablet. The 5-megapixel rear camera comes with features like autofocus, face detection, panorama snap mode and color effects. The 2-megapixel front-facing camera can be used for video calls. The Zinc Quad 10.1 runs on Android Jelly Bean and comes with basic connectivity options of Wi-Fi, HDMI and a micro USB port. It also has a 3.5mm headphone jack. Battery capacity stands tall at 8,000 mAh, which is almost double of any other tablet. The Zinc Quad 10.1 tablet is priced at Rs 14,990.
Ankit, this is a face that only a mother can love. Really, there's nothing much to say about its design quality. Really, I mean, it's okay. It's utility driven. It's not really stylish. It's not going to win any style awards. What's going for in its favor is really the screen. The screen quality is great, 10.1. Full HD great. It is a fingerprint magnet.
Oh, yeah.
A fingerprint magnet.
Yes.
It runs on Android 4.1. There's nothing much to say about the software as well because it runs on Android 4.1, so it's pretty stock. It's priced at around 15,000, which is okay, which is not too bad. But really, I mean, it's one of those tablets that you can. It's really, the performance is middling, and my verdict on it is rather middling also. It's an okay tablet. I mean, you don't really need to pick it. And like I said, in terms of looks, this is no looker. Sorry. So it's a definite kick for me. This is no looker, and it's really very middling. It's got sluggish performance. It's not really something I want to take home to anybody. So kick for me. What about you?
I agree with you completely. It's a definite kick from me, the Zinc 10.1 Quad tablet. And there's actually a very simple reason to kick it. Let's play a game. This is the Zinc Quad 10.1 tab. And this is our next gadget, the Simtronics XPad 10-inch tab. The game is called Spot the Difference, and your time starts now.
Your time starts now. We have to get over with this in 1 minute. Come on.
Nothing. There's nothing different compared to the Zinc Tab because actually there is two things. Number one, this name over here, XPad, nicely etched, and the boot up animation where it shows Simtronics ka logo. Ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. So all you brands who go to Chinese OEMs and pick up your tablets and phones, a little bit of differentiation won't hurt anybody.
But Ankit, we need to get into tech specs first.
No, we don't.
You don't need to get into tech
We don't.
specs?
Because it's identical.
So that also gets a
It's
kick.
identical to the Zinc, and because that got a kick, this also gets a kick because performance is
We're
sluggish. Here
democratic
also,
here. We kick
the-
everything. Universally.
No, I mean, there's nothing that really, makes you wake up and want to pick up this tablet every morning.
So a big kick for both our gadgets.
It's time to say goodbye. You can check us out on facebook.com/switchfeed, twitter.com/switchfeed. Check us out on youtube.com/CNBCTV18 because I'm sure you'd want to keep watching the show. Dude, what did they say about that phone? Dude, how's that tablet? Or share it with your friends.
That's it for us. We are at Yoacha in Mumbai. We're going to go and tuck into some dim sums after this. We deserve it after all our hard work.
Absolutely.
Okay, so till next week then, remember to stay switched on.